Welcome for this new video, members of Fierce Leaders Group. We're going to talk about a lot of around emotion right now. So if you feel it's important for someone to hear, just let them know. They can watch the video, they can watch the replay. The content has no timeline. It's still available no matter when and what time you're watching it. So, I've been reflecting on emotions and the way we process usually emotion and how it impacts the way we build relationships. What I've been reflecting on is the fact that when we deal with conflict, usually conflict happens in opposition to gratitude and appreciation. Usually you rarely have someone being in conflict, feeling in conflict with someone else and being in appreciation. And so I feel that to build genuine, authentic, true relationship, like real connections, we need to get into a place of appreciation. At least appreciating who we are and what we bring to someone else, but also appreciation for the other person. Being curious about what that other person has to share with us and being in appreciation about who they are. So what happens is that appreciation goes hand in hand with gratitude. And appreciation and gratitude are actually the consequence of having an open heart. And when I mean an open heart, curiosity, for example, is a quality that results from an open heart. Judgment, by opposition, is a trait that is not with an open heart. And so when we look at how open we are, and when you observe around you how open are people, generally speaking, you may start to open your eyes and see that actually there is not a lot of people that are really having an open heart, because there is a lot of judgment, there is a lot of blame, there is a lot of conflict, there is a lot of misunderstanding. Just in mediation, what I hear a lot when people don't reach a solution, don't reach to an agreement, is it's by principle. Saying this exact sentence, it's by principle, goes exactly against having an open heart, because saying it's by principle means I stand firm of my belief and I refuse to question my belief, and so I'm gonna say it's my principle and so it is. And so it's not being curious, it's not being flexible, it's not being open. But when you look around you, everything that we say to maintain relationship, you have to know how to make a compromise, you have to be flexible, you have to be understanding, you have to show certain quality. It all comes back to how open you are, how open your heart is. And so I was thinking of that, and then I realized that the exact moment where I met the person that I ended up marrying is actually the moment where I was working with a coach, and the goal of the coaching was opening my heart to people. There were a couple other goals, but the main coaching goal was I want to open more, because I was feeling something was preventing me to really build the connection. I had a couple friends. I had no problem to be in a group, to meet people, to go on a get together or something like that. But to really build the connection at a deeper level, it was difficult. And so my goal was this, and I met my husband during that coaching. And I met the connection, and I thought, oh, this is kind of odd. So what if it's actually true that everything starts with opening your heart? Showing curiosity. What if? So I feel that we're in the way society right now evolves. Homes, workplaces, different countries. I feel the common traits is always people are going to judge and criticize very easily because actually their heart is closed. Now here is the little twist, the little trick, is that to open the heart, that means we need to allow ourselves to feel. But when we grew up, when we experienced situations in life that more or less traumatized us or were very challenging, very hard, just left an imprint on us, we might have learned that some feelings are not safe to feel. We might have learned that feeling the anger is not a good thing. Or if I show anger, then there is consequences that are bad for me. And so I don't feel safe to show anger. And so I keep anger in me. And maybe we've processed like this for years, compounded anger year after year, compounded feelings year after year. And the compounding of feelings create that retraction. You could imagine the heart, either it expands or it kind of contracts. And so compounding everything inward rather than expressing it outward, compounding inward create a contraction. It's always ooh, ooh, rather than you express and you go outward. And when you do that long enough, for years, then you close your heart. And when you've done that long enough, you don't even realize anymore that you're closing. And so then it becomes really hard to trust people, to open to people. We start to wonder when someone is friendly and we're not used to it, like, what do they want from me? There is a lot of different behaviors that are very interesting to observe after that, because we've learned that if we open, it's not safe, or someone is going to take advantage of us, or someone, if we show that vulnerability, that openness, and someone is going to use it against us. And so we close it to not experience those pains, but by closing it, we also not giving us the possibility to build real connections. And then what happens in conflictual situation is, as soon as someone triggers something in us, if we didn't learn to master our own emotion, if we haven't learned the techniques that are soothing to us, that are helping us to regulate the nervous system and the stress level, then we get triggered very easily, because everything that is going to reflect the closeness of the heart becomes a trigger. And then we think, I don't like that person is too happy for me. Or that person is too extravagant. That person is a little somewhere in the moon. That person has kind of weird ideas. That person is a little too enthusiastic. That person is a little too much outgoing, just too much. Or some people are get very easily into small talks and getting to know people and chatting with others, and we're gonna interpret this as, well, that person is kind of weird, like, they talk to everybody, they're just not really interested in what I have to say. So that's important, to get into that place where we open more and more and more and more. It's not just one day, we say, okay, now I open my heart, I'm open to people, I'm good, and you have a deadline. I feel it's more a lifelong process where more and more you're going to open a little more and a little more, and different situations, different circumstances, different people, you're going to learn to trust. Again, you're going to learn to trust yourself, to trust others. They're not gonna use you, they're gonna not take advantage of you, they're not gonna abuse your openness. And so it's a way to live in appreciation, to just open ourselves. I'll let you think about it. Just let me know in comment if something pops up when you hear that, if it resonates with something. Just let me know and I'll be happy to read your comment. All right. In the meantime, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.